All right, welcome back to the AI Research Roundup. I'm your host, Alex. So in this episode, we're diving into a post by Anthropic, published December 19th, 2024, titled Building Effective Agents. Well, this article tackles building large language model agents, and the key takeaway is that simpler is better. Anthropic argues that, based on their experience, successful LLM agent implementations avoid complex frameworks, instead favoring composable patterns. They've seen this across numerous teams and industries. Okay, so this figure from page 5 of this Anthropic post illustrates prompt chaining. It shows how a task can be broken down into a sequence of LLM calls. Input goes to LLM call 1, then to a gate. This gate decides, based on output 1, whether to proceed to subsequent LLM calls or exit. So basically, a simpler workflow approach, aligning with the article's emphasis on avoiding overcomplicated frameworks. Okay, so this figure shows the routing workflow. Input goes to an LLM call router, which then directs it to one of several LLM calls. Unlike the previous prompt chaining example, this routing approach allows for specialized LLM calls. So, call 1, 2, or 3 could be tailored for different tasks. This still aligns with the idea of composability, but introduces a level of, task delegation within this simpler framework. Okay, so this figure from page 7 of this Anthropic post shows the parallelization workflow. Input goes to 3 separate, parallel LLM calls. The outputs are then fed into an aggregator, which combines the results and produces the final output. Well, like the previous workflows, it demonstrates a composable approach, but this time emphasizing parallel processing, potentially for, increased speed or robustness by combining the insights from multiple LLMs. Okay, so this figure from page 8 shows the orchestrator worker's workflow. Input goes to an orchestrator, which then delegates to several LLM calls, call 1, 2, and 3. The outputs then go to a synthesizer, which combines the results before outputting. Well, this, like the other workflows, is a composable pattern, but it demonstrates task delegation, similar to the routing workflow, but with a synthesis stage, emphasizing collaboration between specialized LLMs. Okay, so this figure from page 10 of this Anthropic post shows an autonomous agent. Input from a human goes to an LLM call. The LLM can then take an action, impacting the environment. The environment provides feedback to the LLM, creating a loop. There's also a stop condition. So this illustrates the agent's ability to interact with, and learn from its environment, aligning with the article's discussion of agents for open-ended problems. Okay, so this figure from page 11 of this Anthropic post shows a high-level flow of a coding agent. It illustrates a more concrete example of an agent interacting with an environment. A human gives a query to an interface, which clarifies and refines it with the LLM. The LLM then searches files in the environment, writes code, tests it, and, this loop continues until tests pass. So this really emphasizes that practical application mentioned in the article summary, specifically the coding example, showcasing how agents can solve real-world problems. All right, so to wrap up this Anthropic article on building effective LLM agents, the key takeaway? Keep it simple. Composable patterns, not complex frameworks, are the most effective for LLM agent development. Start simple, iterate, and only add complexity when absolutely necessary. Okay, that's all for this AI Research Roundup. Thank you for listening.